channel for the love of first, where I get to read you some really fun stories and teach you a little something along the way. I have a great story picked out for us today, but I'm going to read it in a little bit different way than I usually do. Because today I want to work with a strategy called creating mental images or visualizing. This is where good readers create a picture in their mind of the story as they're reading the words or as they're hearing them. Today I want to show you a chart that I made because it kind of teaches us, shows us how we can create good mental images or visualize. So the way that good readers can create a mental image in their mind is by using their 5 senses. Do you know what the 5 senses are? Smelling, let me grab my little pointer. Smell, hear, taste, see, and touch. And also feel. These kind of are the same. I just broke them up to help us figure out which one we can use where. So if we tap into our 5 senses, any of these while we're reading a story, it's what helps us create this mental image in our mind. By creating these mental images and by visualizing, it really helps us get a good idea of what's happening in the text, which then will help us understand what's happening even better. So that's why good readers create these mental images. So today while I'm reading the story, I'm not going to be showing you any pictures, maybe at the end, but I'm not going to be showing you any pictures along the way because I want you to create the pictures. And I'm going to be creating mental images too in my mind. I like to call it making a movie. So like when you go to the movies and each scene changes, that's kind of how a book works in your mind too. As you turn each page and different things happen in the text, your images in your brain change with the text, with the new words. So we're going to try that today with no pictures. And I'm going to depend on you guys to close your eyes and create those mental images, visualizing what is happening in the text. I think I picked a pretty good book for it today. I'm going to show you the cover, but not the picture, just the title. Ready? Okay. This is the title of the story. It's called Bedhead. Do you know what bedhead is? Anybody? Because I bet you've had bedhead before. I know I have. It's when you wake up in the morning and your hair is everywhere. Going this way, going that way, everywhere. And it's super hard to tame it down when you have bedhead. So that's a bit of schema for us there. I'm trying to help you build your schema and think about a time when you had bedhead. I know I have too. Once we activate our schema for this, it'll be easier for us to create mental images. Now, are you ready? Before we get started, I'm going to show you one more time how to take a piece of paper and fold it to track your thinking. In this case, we're going to be tracking our images. So you're going to need a pencil and you're going to need a paper. And then we're going to fold our paper in half, like this, the long way. And then you're going to fold it down one more time. So it's going to look like a little square. Once you have the square, open it up. And then you've got 4 boxes to do your images in, your drawings of what's happening in the text. If you didn't do this yet, press pause, go run and get a paper and pencil, and fold your paper like I showed you, so you can be ready to draw your images too, with me. Now, for the story. Bedhead. No pictures. Close your eyes while Mrs. R is reading and see what images you can make using your senses. What do you see? what do you hear? What would it feel like if you touched it? Ready? Bedhead. Shuffle slump, shuffle slump, shuffle slump. Bleary-eyed Oliver climbed out of his bed, went down the hall and into the bathroom. He yawned. He yanked. He splashed some water. He swished some mouthwash. He gave his front teeth a passable brushing. And then, in a gunkless corner of the soapy silver soap dish, he saw right there on the hot water faucet his reflection. For heaven's sake! It was big. It was bad. It was Bedhead. Oliver's hair was way out of control. Way out of control. There was hair going this way, hair going that way, hair going up, hair going down, around and around. And there was one teeny tiny clump of hair way in the back of his head that looked just like a cat coughed up a fur ball. Ah! He said. And boys and girls, right here is the part where I want you to draw your image. What do you think Oliver's bedhead looks like? What image are you seeing when they said his hair was way out of control? Going this way, going that way, going up, going down. Clumps of hair in the back looking like fur balls. And if he's screaming, ah, what does his face look like? Draw it. Press pause and draw your image. And I am just going to fix my image up. I already drew it to help us save a bit of time. And I'm going to show you what my image looks like of when Oliver woke up and he looked in the mirror to see his bedhead. Are you ready, boys and girls? Here's my image. This is what picture I created in my mind when it said Oliver had bedhead. This is what I imagined, what I saw in my brain as the bedhead looking like. It may look like the one in the book, but probably not, because this image is built on my schema, just like yours is going to be. Does your image look anything like mine? Let's keep going. Oliver's scream shook. It rattled. It rolled all the way down the stairs and into the kitchen, where Fruit Loops went flying and milk was spilled and spit and sputtered. And there were 2 toasties that did triple backflips onto the breakfast table from the toaster. Oliver? Oliver? Oliver! Shouted Mom, Dad, and his sister Emily as they ran up the stairs and headed for the bathroom door. Mom leaned in close to the door. Closer, closer. That's right, even closer. Is everything all right, Oliver? She said in her calmest voice. Come now, dear. Open the door and let us in. No sound from Oliver. Not a whimper, not a peep. Please, said Mom. Pretty please. Pretty please open the door. And the doorknob slowly began to turn. Mom smiled at Dad, and she gave a wink to Emily. There you go, she said. Nothing can be that bad. Wrong. It was that bad. Yes, sir, no doubt about it, said Dad, looking at the hairy situation going on. Oliver, my boy, you're having one bad hair day. Major, said Mom. Total, agreed Emily. Maybe if we just push it this way or that way, Mom said. She was giving it a little try. Boing. Well, maybe this way. Been there, done that, said Oliver. Well, maybe if we just pull it that way, said Dad. Boing. Been there, done that too, Oliver said. Nothing works. Well, I could curl it, said his sister Emily. Oliver stared a mean stare at her and said, I don't think so, no. Oh, well then, I guess we can just wet it, said Mom. Yeah, let's just wet it and see. Great spot for a mental image. What do you see happening in your mind since you can't see the picture? Do you see Mom and Dad? Close your eyes. Do you see Mom and Dad trying to help Oliver mat his hair down with water, trying to push it this way and that way? What does that image look like of Mom and Dad helping Oliver in the bathroom? Press pause and jot down your image in the next box, and then I'll show you mine. What do you see happening? What did you hear was happening? I wonder how it feels to touch his hair. If I could imagine touching it, I might be able to draw it better. Same goes for you. How are you going to draw his hair now with Mom and Dad trying to get it down? Ready for my second image? I'll show you mine, and then you gotta show me yours. Here's what I think's happening when Mom and Dad are trying to mat his hair down and fix it up a little. Pushing it this way, pushing it that way. I can see Mom and Dad with their hands in his hair trying to put it down and help. Hold your picture up. What does it look like? Anything like mine? Or is yours totally different? Either way, it's fine. Maybe you can show your mom or dad your image. See what they think. I bet it's great. I'm going to keep going with our reading, and you keep creating those mental images. So they watered Oliver down with the water. They splished him and they splashed him and they gave him a good soak and a dunk. Ah, they said, sighing a confident, job well done type of sigh. Oliver's bedhead was now one dripping bedhead. Water was going everywhere. And then it dried. Boing, boing, bing, bing, boing, boing. Hair started going this way. Hair started going that way. Then up, then down, around and around. And there was now a bigger clump of hair way in the back of his head that looked just like a cat's coughed up fur ball. Ah! I say we spray it, shouted Dad with a squirt. Yes, spray it, cried out Mom and Emily. Oh, just spray it already, said Oliver. So they spritzed him and they sprayed him and they gooped and glopped and moosed him. They even hairpinned him flat in 5 places for good measure. Ah, they said. Oliver's bedhead now looked like one slick gel head. Ah! Oliver said when he saw what he looked like. And now, box number 3. What are you seeing? What did you hear? When you heard boing, ba-boing, boing, boing, what did you think his hair looked like? And when Oliver screams and says, ah! What do you think that might look like? Get your paper, go in box number 3, and jot something down. Your picture. What does it look like? Don't peek at my book, please. And then I'm going to show you what my third picture looks like. Ready? Press pause if you need to fix up your image. Actually, I think I'm going to wait with my image. Let's see what yours looks like, okay? So they sprayed him and they glopped him and they gooped him up, hoping that it would stay. But the pins went flying. Ba-boing, boing, ba-boing, bing, 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 boing. And hair started going this way. And hair started going that way. Then up, then down, then around and around. And there was now an even bigger clump of hair way in the back of his head that looked like a cat's coughed up fur ball. And Oliver wondered, maybe if I just sort of, kind of, brushed it a little bit? No, no, the three shouted, seeing the boy with the bristles ready. Whatever you do, no brush. Do you think he does it? Do you think he uses the brush on his hair? Do you think it would be a good idea? Knowing he's got this bedhead, I don't think it would be a good idea. What if it gets stuck and he can't get it out? Then he's going to be brush head, not bedhead. But it was too late. Oliver did it. And the brush got stuck. Just like I said, see? Not stuck in the hair going this way or that way. Not stuck in the hair going up and going down. Not even stuck in the hair going around and around. But stuck, yes. Very, very, very stuck in the clump way at the back of his head. You know, the one that looked like a cat's coughed up fur ball. Mom gave it a yank. Ow! Oliver said. And Dad gave it a pull. Ouch! And Emily gave it one good long tug. Yikes! Well, said Mom, without a bit of doubt, that brush is stuck all right. Definitely stuck, said Dad. It's a done deal, said Emily. Then, just when they were all about to give up hope, Oliver saw something there on the wall. And remember, the brush is stuck now, and he's saying, ow! Because everyone's trying to pull it out. What do you think that looks like, that Oliver has a brush stuck in his hair now? How do you think his hair looks now? Can you imagine it? Close your eyes and see. What does Oliver's hair look like? What does it look like that the brush is stuck in his hair? Can you see it? Can you hear him screaming, ow? Let's get our image down. Press pause, start drawing. What do you think it looks like, that part? And I'm going to show you what mine looks like right now. Are you sketching? You should be. Okay, here's my image. Ready, boys and girls? This is my image of Oliver with the brush stuck in his hair. This is what I think it looks like. What does yours look like? Is he making a face like mine is? Like he's mortified? Like he's in pain? I even wrote the word yow there to show how upset he is. Let's keep going. That's it! He saw it on the wall. The hat! There's a hat! Go get that hat, he said. So without one more thought of a spritz, a spray, or a dunk, they all helped Oliver squish, smooth, and cram every bit of bedhead, stuck brush and all, into his faithful old true blue baseball cap. Well, we almost got it all tucked in, It's good enough." And with a kiss and a wave, Oliver headed off to school with his bedhead jammed into a hat. Everything was fine. Everything was dandy. And then Mary Margaret, who sat in the third row at school, 4 seats down and 1 desk across from Oliver, in Mrs. Oppenheimer's class, she looked over at Oliver and she said, "You can't wear that hat." Oliver looked over to Mary Margaret. "I can too." "Yeah, no, you can't." "Well, why not?" demanded Oliver, and he was holding tight onto his cap. Mary Margaret smiled. "Well, 'cause today's picture day." Picture day?" stuttered Oliver. "Picture day!" sang out Mrs. Oppenheimer, the teacher, as she stood in front of the class. "Everyone, come on now. Line up for our class picture. Let's go. Back straight, faces front, smiles wide, and hats off." "Uh-oh," thought Oliver. "Hats off?" So, I think this is a great part for you to draw Oliver in his hat and what that might look like. What might his face look like that he was able to solve his problem for a bit by putting the hat on and tucking that bedhead in. No one at school can see the bedhead. They see the hat, but not the bedhead. So he kind of solved his problem. What do you think that looks like? Are you using some of your 5 senses? Like hearing what the kids are saying and what Oliver's thinking about his hat? And can you imagine what Oliver's hat looks like? He said it was blue. So we have that detail. I'm going to draw my picture down, and you should draw yours too. We've got 1 more box. So go to your 4th box, and let's draw a picture of what you think right now the image should look like. Press pause, use your pencil, and sketch out what you're thinking. And don't forget to use some of your senses, right? That will help you paint a good picture. What colors do you see? What does the hat look like? What about Oliver's face? Think of these things as you're starting to draw your last picture and what Oliver might look like wearing his hat and being pretty happy about it. I mean, he kind of thinks he solved his problem, right? I don't know if he did, but here's my picture, my mental image. In my mind, when they were talking about this is what I saw here in the 4th box. And I love this shot of my paper because you can see all of my images and how they keep changing as I'm reading the story. And this is what's supposed to happen. Your images, your mental images, they change as the story moves on. As you get more information, as you learn more about the character, then those images can change. So this is what I think Oliver looks like with his hat on. Kind of happy that he solved the problem. But now, boys and girls, he has another problem. So if you need to finish up your image, press pause and finish it up real quick and come back. If not, listen. So, "We're waiting, Oliver," said Mrs. Oppenheimer as everyone took their places. "We're waiting, Oliver," said Mary Margaret. "We're waiting, Oliver," said everyone else. "Hey, kid," said the man behind the camera. "Yeah, you with the lumpy looking head. Off with the hat." Oliver hemmed. He hawed. But he knew he had it. He lifted the brim, slowly took off his faithful, old, true blue baseball cap. He held his breath. He closed his eyes. And he waited. And he waited some more. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nada. He opened his eyes and looked up. There was no hair going this way. There was no hair going that way. No hair going up and no hair going down. Not even around and around. And nobody could even see the brush that was stuck in the big clump of hair like the cat's coughed up fur ball. No one saw it. Ah, said Oliver. Phew. Ready, everyone? Sang out Mrs. O. Big smiles, everyone, and say cheese on the count of 3. 1, she said. 2, she said. And then, ba-ba-boing, ba-boing, ba-bing, bing, boing, bing, bing, boing. Hair started going this way. Hair started going that way. Hair started going up and down, around and around, and the brush that was stuck in the clump of hair way in the back of his head, you know, the cat's coughed up fur ball, it all let loose. It all boinged everywhere. Mary Margaret, on the top of her head, got hit with the brush. It boomeranged right into Mrs. Oppenheimer's nose. Oh no, the teacher. 3, said the boinked Mrs. O, just as she and everyone else at the elementary school got a look at Oliver and his bedhead. Oh, jeez! Click! Got it, said the photographer. He got it? With his hair like that? With the teacher getting bopped in the nose with the brush? Oh my gosh. Too late. Picture was taken. Mrs. Oppenheimer's class photo. And this page I'm going to show you. It's the last page. It shows you a picture of the picture that the photographer took. And it shows all the kids in rows, just like you would get your school photograph. And if you look in the back in the corner, you'll see Oliver and his dreadful bedhead. This is the first picture you're seeing. Are you ready? Check out his bedhead. The worst bedhead I've ever seen. He's up in the corner. Do you see him? Up here, I think. Yep, up here. Check out his bedhead. When you were drawing Oliver, did you draw his bedhead that bad? Because, whew, that's the worst bedhead I've ever seen. And that's the first glimpse that I'm giving you. I'm also going to show you the cover. This is what the cover looked like. Did your images, your mental images, look anything like this? I tried when I was making my images. And, well, I don't think they're exactly the same, but I did a pretty good job. How about you? Do yours compare at all? So, that's creating mental images. That's visualizing. Closing your eyes and thinking about what is happening in the text. Creating your own pictures before you look at the ones in the text. Because when you get a little bit older and you start reading chapter books that look like this, they don't give you a lot of pictures in this text. See? Hardly any. That's why it's so important for you to be able to create these mental images in your mind, because as you get older, the book isn't going to give you these pictures. You have to create these images in your mind. And that's what we did today. That's what you did today. Take a look at those images you created. How awesome! Just like the story. from your own schema, right? So I hope that today this lesson taught you how to create these images on your own by using your 5 senses, right? Remember, when you're creating images, you have to smell, you have to see, taste, hear. How would it feel? What would it feel like when you touched it, right? Close your eyes and make a picture in your mind. That's what we learned today. I hope you love the story. I hope you're going to get good at mental images. The next step for you, your homework, is to color this the way that you think it should be colored. How did you see the color when you were drawing? When I was reading, what colors did you see? That's your homework. Color it. What will it look like? And one other little homework you can have is get another book and practice creating those images. Get a chapter book or have mom read to you and you create the images. That would be a great way to practice visualizing for your stories. I hope you loved the story today. I thought it was pretty funny. Bedhead. So, like always, happy reading. Please stay safe. Please be kind to each other. And make sure to subscribe to my channel. It's down below. And give my video a like. You know, a thumbs up. See you guys next time.